Good day. So for today, we will talk about unit 5, which is the S in Y. So this will be the learning targets. So you will be able to identify the different hazards when doing the physical activities, and then apply appropriate first aid procedures for injury. So the values and attitudes that you must obtain this unit is to show concern for the safety and well-being of oneself and others, and then develop a proactive attitude towards staying alert and be prepared for potential emergencies or injuries, and to develop an appreciation for personal reflection and self-evaluation. So we will be able to answer these questions during this discussion. How can we effectively use school and community resources while observing personal safety protocols to prevent injuries, dehydration, overexertion, and hypothermia as we participate in moderate to vigorous physical activities and ensure a safe and enjoyable exercise experience for everyone? So lesson 1 will be staying alert. So you will be able to identify the category of injury sustained and apply appropriate first aid on the injury. So why do we have to stay alert? So it involves physical activities to help also keep our body with a healthy lifestyle. So in engaging physical activities, there are also these advantages, and one of it is having injuries. So we need to keep in mind that it may have benefits, or this lifestyle, active lifestyle may have benefits, but there are also risks. And one of it again is injuries. So therefore, in this lesson, we will be able to have awareness and also practice the safety precautions so that we will be able to maintain our healthy lifestyle and to minimize the risk. So we need to have primary survey so that before we have our um, sports or any activities that we will engage to, we need to have a primary survey. So we need to have coaches and trainers for us to identify if we have some things that we need or we don't need to engage. So fourth, we have also an initial assessment to address the different type of injuries. So with the help of the coaches and trainers. And the secondary survey will be conducted if the primary injury is more serious and it involves now with the function of muscles, stability, and patient's joint. So this time, this is more crucial, okay? And this is not primary or minor injury, but major. So here are the scales determine the pain of injury. So it has different tolerance. It could either be subjective or some will be worrisome. So 0 for no hurt, 2 for hurts little bit, 4 for hurts little more, 6 for hurts even more, 8 it hurts whole lot, and 10 it hurts worse. So you will be asked during having the first aid when you have injury. Okay, so there are different types of injuries. First of it is fractures. So there are kinds of fractures. We have green stick, segmental, and transverse. So this could be done by using splints and anatomical processes. So here are the examples. So In this example class, it is the first aid action to restrict the dislocated shoulder. So that is why some will always be wearing this, so that the mobility of the shoulder will be maintained and to reduce another risk or another injury. So we have also price principle, P for protect. So protect the injury from anything that may cause infection, and then avoid doing strenuous activities. For R, it's rest. So rest the injured part of the body, and sleep if it's advised, so that you will also have calmness. And then gauge oneself to avoid overresting as well. And then ice, so you'll need to apply ice to ease the nerves and reduce blood supply, which may cause swelling. And then use ice every 2 minutes and every 2 hours during the first 2 hours of the accident. And then C for compression. So it eases the pain of the injury. And there are a variety ways to apply compression. So you can just research some information about it in the internet. And then elevation as well. So this is usually done if the patient is asleep. So it helps not to drain the blood from the affected area. So that is price, protect, rest, ice, compression, and elevation. So here are also proper compression techniques if you have injuries. So this is what you're going to do if you have encountered like injuries same as this one. Okay. Okay. So which should be addressed first in the wound? Is it the bleeding or the infection? So let's find out the answer. So it should be the what? It should be the blood first so that we can avoid the infection. Okay? So that is the reason why we need, if we have certain wounds, we need to wash it with water so that it will not cause another infection to other parts of the body. Can a person die from losing too much blood? Yes or no? So yes, so there are some circumstances that if the person will lose too much blood, that is the reason why we need to have blood donation. If your blood count will not be the same as your normal, so it can cause the person to die. So here are some signs and symptoms of heat illness. So first, contraction. So signs will be fatigue and symptoms is headache. And then muscular spasm, signs will be pain and nausea, and symptoms is high fever. And in exhaustion, so it's the signs are inability to work and slow heart rate. And then dehydration, dry throat, and headache, and then loose motion. And then extreme sweating, so we have concentrated extrata and breathing issue. We also have different categories. For grade 1, it's mild and alertness cured within a few minutes. For grade 2, moderate alertness is cured within an hour or two. And for grade 3, it's severe and the patient might be fainting. So we need also some circumstances that we need to have CPR, cardiopulmonary resuscitation. So this is how you're going to conduct it. I'll be sending the link of these videos also in our GC for your reference. Okay, so that was CPR. So, for your activity, so you need to have an emergency plan. So I will just put the details about this activity in our GC. Okay, so that will be all for the lesson one, staying alert. Hope you learned something.